Light. Have to be very quick with my fingers. My old coach once told me, if you're not going to use your fingers, I'm going to chop them off. So I've learned to use my fingers a lot. Because he wasn't joking. He was a scary man.
I don't think he's scary.
Trust me. Back in Europe, they don't mess around. Oh yeah. So my fingers are talking to her all the time. I'm thinking forward, my hips are thinking forward, I'm driving her forward. She gets No, it's elastic, right? Everything is soft and elastic. My arms are breathing, my armpits are breathing. I only show you when I release the reins. I have to put lots and lots of inside leg. Lots and lots. And then when I have really lots of inside leg, I can do this. Yeah? It's not ideal. But it's not the reins that keeps her neck tucked in. Ah. 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 The moments when she's strong, I use my fingers even more, stay elastic through my hands, but then I strengthen my core. So she can't pull me out of the saddle. I play through my wrist, inside leg. Huh? No. I do take pulls because I can, just to soften her. But it's milliseconds. If you ride on a pull for 2 strides, you're riding on a parking brake. Outside rein. Half halt all the time. And then my seat is driving. Nothing changes. Even if we have a struggle, just drive harder. Outside rein. Inside flexion through the wrist. I don't change my position. Ah, good girl. Ah, good girl. I keep my hands fairly open with her to keep her in the middle of my aids. As the training progresses, you'll have your hands really close together. At the moment, it just helps me to keep her in between my aids. Good girl. Okay, your turn. And yeah. 5 up, yeah.
I noticed, so I rode with
Yep.
Haley's jump saddle.
Oh, yeah.
It's just too tight on her shoulders.
Yeah, I wouldn't,
But it's just,
I would be very surprised if Reg's saddle fitted her.
yeah. Well, it was from Derby.
Oh, different. No,
But
because she's a white lady.
yeah. But yeah, it just wasn't quite. But my position was so many times.
Yeah. What's your jumping saddle? What is it?
It's a lumpy, but it's got huge meat, like as big as this.
Yeah.
If not bigger.
I used to jump in Steubens.
Yeah, and
That used to be my, but they were, I mean, the old-fashioned ones. My God, they were hard.
Yeah, well, and I have one. It's a split tree. It's one of the like new ones I did, but it didn't take off. And this saddle part, like I had ridden in it for so long, and again that saddle fit her, but it was terrible for me.
Oh, yeah.
It had nothing, but I would just like rode back in it thinking, well, maybe I'll try it again, and it was so uncomfortable,
no.
like bored.
It's very different, dressage and how we sit in dressage saddle. Obviously, the saddles are different, but also the action of the seats and position. In jumping, you kind of hover a little bit above the horse, and you use your knees, right? Your heels really down, your center of gravity is down below, and you use your knees, and you kind of that's kind of what keeps you on the saddle or on the horse. With dressage, we sit in the horse, so you have to have a fairly open hip angles and open legs. We still wrap our legs like a wet towel around the horse, but nothing is pinching or gripping. The minute you try to pinch with your knees, that's a cue for horse to half halt and come back to you, right? So the completely different sitting position and the way we use the seat bones and stuff. In jumping, we don't usually use the seat bones, because you're kind of hovering above the horse. The saddle is very different because with the jumping, the saddle goes above, like over the scapula. And the horse kind of moves underneath
I go
it.
into a 2-point like this. This won't let me. Like it's the weirdest thing.
Make sure your stirrups are not too long for the 2-point. And it's finding the balance. So your upper body needs to be more forward, and your back leg, it just like a balance each other out. One is more, like that. But this is harder.
Saddle, I could 2-point.
Right. But that doesn't mean that you're not riding. So your lower leg is still active. It's still there. Your hips are still moving, and you're still riding. You don't just kind of hover. And being ineffective, you still have to stay effective. But for the dressage, we really open up the hip angle, and we sit in the horse. So then it's very important with like every movement, the horse feels it, and it's a cue to do something.
Versus me being
Hovering on top and kind of steering and stuff. I mean, good jumping horses, if you watch them like the jump offs and stuff, they spin on it, they're so good.
really
But they all, they ride them on their hind legs so they can turn right away. They turn the shoulders, they use their body exactly, in a similar way. Good riders. They don't pull on the reins because that puts the horse on the forehand and out of balance. Okay. Let's concentrate on dressage today. So, I think your stirrup could even be, it's okay for now. I think we'll end up putting it at least one down. Okay, at the moment. Again, I want you to be comfortable so you're not always reaching for the stirrup, but if they're too short, that lifts you out of the saddle. You need to be in a position. So drop your stirrups just for a second and just really open up your hip angle, find your seat bones, just rock your pelvis back and forth a little bit. Heels down, keep your leg long with a little bit of a angle in the knee and see where that is. That's pretty similar. Okay, so that's pretty similar. One maybe, we'll put it down one. But a lot of people make a mistake with dressage saddles and stirrups. They want to, they look at the pictures or they look at videos of good riders or watch good riders, and they see these long legs and they go, I want to look like that.
And then they can't reach them.
And then they become ineffective because it's too long for them. So we usually start with shorter, and then as we get better, we lengthen them a little bit. The length of the leg, you want a long leg. That's why you need to always think, even with your shorter stirrups, that you want to elongate your leg, because then you have more power in your legs,
Yeah.
Again, with the jumping, you can use your spur, and with the dressage, you need the whole leg, so you can really maneuver the whole horse and separate legs and stuff, All right, let's see. When you're ready, put her on the bit. Yeah, deep breath, not a big deal. Just wiggle her loose. You really soft, not much pulling, just through the fingers and your wrist. Remember to sit tall, lift your chest, lift your head. Again, if you look at the picture I sent to you where the canter, I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah.
The only negative was your head was tilted. Right?
Yeah.
Your head is what, about 15, 20 pounds.
Yeah.
It's the heavy part of your body. If it's not centered, the horse can absolutely feel it.
Yeah.
So you always want, your eyes can move, but we don't try and move the head too much on turns or anything, because it's a huge difference for a horse. Yeah. Then the other thing is if you rely on your side too much for like the roundness, and what happens is you lose the feel a little bit. It's like, the blind people, because they're blind, they're so good with like touch and smell and everything. So it's kind of like we look where we're going and we see it, but we use peripheral vision rather than like really looking and looking down and just checking if you're on the right diagonal or the horse is round. That's okay, but you can't always be just concentrated, because that's where you lose the feel. Yeah, so wiggle the reins, make sure it's not pulling back, and then softening at the same time. So you want to be soft, so she's soft, okay? There can never be, if you are tense and tight, the horse will never be able to be soft. And will just have to, over time, persuade her to stay soft, okay? And then we'll walk on, exactly the same. Take a deep breath, wiggle your fingers, wiggle the bit in her mouth. So as she takes a step, you drive her through your hips, legs on, and you wiggle, and you wiggle, and you wiggle. Shoulders back, look up, breathe, feel. Exactly, very good, very good. Huh? Oh yeah, don't choke on that. That's it, keep her on. Yeah. Quiet with the hand right off your seat, feel it, allow it to happen. It's a process. It's gonna take a while. Inside leg, outside rein. Wiggle her, get her attention. The minute she kind of looks everywhere, that means she's not on the aids, okay? You don't get harsh, you just give her a job. So you just make sure you sit correctly, you flex her to the inside, which is just through your wrist, still thinking forward, and then you keep her body framed. Okay, don't give the reins too much. You wiggle the fingers, but you don't give the reins. Ride her off your seat, ride her 20-meter circle. So keep turning her outside shoulder. Keep turning, keep turning. Stay on the 20-meter circle here. That makes it easier. The horse is more balanced. There's a reason why we do 20-meter circles. It's easier to keep the horse on the outside rein from the inside leg. There's a slight bend through the ribs if you ride it correctly, and then you gain the control of the horse better, because you have to turn slightly every stride. Quiet with the hands, take everything to a minimum. Hips moving, yes, and then the fingers talking, thinking forward, talking. Outside rein, sponging, half halts. Inside little flexion. See if you can see if you can keep that feel that is elastic to her, from your elbow to her bit, and it never slacks or gets too tight. So you're there elastic, make sure your armpits are airing and breathing, your core is about 30% engaged, your lats are engaged, they're not tight, they're engaged. You're sitting there supporting your own position, yes. Quieter with the hands, there's a little bit too much, yes. Because you can't go all the time left, right. See if you can, Sometimes you have to grab her a little bit. Yeah, when she gets really like against you, you grab her a little bit, but then go back to the minute aids, just the fingers pushing forward, just the half holds. And then you wait it out a little bit. Yes, exactly. You do what you do, you ask the same thing. Don't get too loud. Yes, quiet and feel it. And inside leg, outside rein. You need to connect the horse from the back to the front. And it needs to be all elastic. Yes, super. Keep doing what you're doing and then see if you can keep your leg on, inside leg on, and quieten the hands. Doesn't mean your fingers stop working, but you quieten the hands. Now turn her outside shoulder, but do the same with the fingers. Keep working with the fingers. Super. Yeah, outside half holds, little flexion to the inside. Yes, exactly. As little aids, but that doesn't mean you're not doing anything. Yeah. Super. Good job. Yeah, and then feel the walk. You need a little bit more walk, still fingers working. So it's always, everything is happening at once. And it's a little bit overwhelming at the beginning, but it will, once you feel it and once you get used to it, that's riding. Yeah. Otherwise, it would be called sitting on the horse. Okay? This is riding. You have to ride. You have to feel every moment. You have the half an hour, 45 minutes. You freaking do it. Okay? Doesn't mean you get angry. Doesn't mean you get loud. You just want her attention. So again, flex through the wrist. You can always lift your inside hand. Inside hand can go a little bit up and through the wrist. Yeah, and then put your left leg on and send her slightly into your right rein. So she attaches to the right rein. Yeah, but not off the hand, off the leg she needs to move. Yeah, good. Good, good. Talking on the outside. Good job. Yeah. And move those hips. Big walk. Good. But the finger's still working. Super. So what you're doing now, I know it's a lot. That's exactly what you'll have to be doing in trot, okay? Take a deep breath. Look through her ears. Make sure you're not turning your head too much to the inside. Close the outside, so your right side is sitting tall. You put your knee on. You have your hand there. You have your leg there to turn her like a bus. Good job. Good job. Yeah, little flexion again and forward walk and forward. And you're thinking everything forward? Yes. Don't drop the reins though. She can walk with the contact. It doesn't have to slack. She can walk forward like side reins, okay? If we attach side reins, she would be able to trot and walk and go forward with the side reins on. Doesn't mean you pull. Still thinking forward. Little finger finger vibrations. Keeping it, especially when you get that roundness, then see if you can take it to like 0. On a scale from 0 to 10. 10 being aggressive left and right pulling, 0 being not moving your hands or fingers at all. See if you can take it to 1, where you move tiny bit. And then see, maybe at some point we could take it to 0.5, where you just fingers moving. And sometimes you have to go to 3 or 4, a little. But see always if you can go to the minimum and then putting your leg on. We're gonna trot on, but nothing changes. Don't grab the reins, sit up, sit in, send her sideways with the flexion. Outside rein, half hold, keep her connected. Ride those hind legs into your hand. Outside rein, fingers talking, keep her round. Outside rein, half hold, outside rein, half hold, outside rein, half hold. Yeah, good. Outside rein, half hold. Think forward, doesn't need to be that much faster. Just with your hips, send her forward, put your legs on her. Yeah, don't shorten your reins. That's not it. You have to close the horse from the behind. So you need to put your leg on a little bit better. Ride her forward and now turn, okay? So you turn with your right rein. Make sure you're sitting tall, right shoulder back. Close the outside, exactly as you did, yeah. Exactly as you did in walk. Keep your right hand on the right side. Yes. Inside, yeah, inside leg on. Keep turning. Turn now. Right leg back, right shoulder back. You're turning with your right side. Look at her right ear. Right arm back. Right shoulder. Yeah, that's it. And now turn her with her. Turn her right shoulder. See if you can turn the front of her quicker than you turn the back of her. Yes. And remember, the fingers are wiggling all the time. All the time. Right hand on the outside. Yeah, and little half holds. Fingers talking, outside hand. Fingers talking, outside hand. Fingers talking, fingers talking. Bend your elbows. Yes. Right hand back. Right shoulder back. Keep turning her outside. Good. No faster than that. Yeah, super. When it's good doesn't mean your fingers stop talking, and doesn't mean you take your leg off, okay? Quiet with the hands right off your seat. Have a path, okay? Now it's a little bit random. So really see where you're gonna go. Draw the line like jumping, and you keep the outside of the horse on that 20-meter circle. Yeah, right elbow bend, right hand to the right shoulder back. Look at her right ear. She needs to be on your right rein. Little flexion to the inside leg, lots and lots of inside leg. And when I say lots of inside leg, that doesn't mean kicking with the heel. It means you put your whole leg on so she can turn and bend around it. And then you hold your right hand, squeezing, half holds. Yeah, keep the right rein a little bit, ride her a little bit more forward. Yeah, not faster, just soft, little aids. Yes, better. Keep her round, outside rein. The roundness comes from the outside rein. Turn with the outside. Yeah, you need to turn. You can't rely on the arena to turn you. Again, get her rounder. She is too strung out, yes. And keep her on that right rein. You know, she's a big horse and a heavy one. So you should have a good 1 or 2 pounds in your right rein. Okay? And if you don't have that, that means she's not connected. Yeah, leg on. Keep turning. Keep going. It's okay. Yeah, that's it. Shoulders back, sit tall through your tummy. Look at her right ear. Right hand to the right elbow bend, right, yes, good. And now turn her with your right knee. Keep your right shoulder back. Turn her with your right thigh. Yes, little fingers wiggling. Turn her with the right thigh, right knee. Look through her ears if you look at her right ear. That's it. Yeah, better. Now wiggle your fingers. Inside leg, outside rein. Don't release the outside rein. The outside rein needs to be about 2 pounds. Put your right leg on. The right leg, she's escaping to the right. Don't turn to the inside yourself, just the leg. Yes, little half holds on the outside. Little half holds, keep her round. Yes, good job. Yes, inside leg, outside rein, keep turning. Sit tall, shoulders behind hips. Now turn now. Don't allow her to escape through that right side. Turn now. With your outside, yes. So need to do a little bit less quicker than miss the turn and then really have to turn hard, okay? Keep your right shoulder back. Spin her around your inside leg. Yes, but inside leg needs to be on. You need to keep the horse all together. Yeah, there. Keep her together. Yeah, you frame her and then soft with your hands, but doesn't mean you give the reins completely. Good. Shoulders behind hips, sit up tall, lift your belly button. Yeah, inside leg, go, inside leg. Doesn't mean you kick her. You just say, come on, let's go. And then play with the outside rein. Play. Yes. See if you can do a little bit of sitting trot. Keep playing with the fingers. Good job. Deep breath, allow your hips to swing. Soft, and then you go back to posting, okay? Once you feel you lost it, now slow down a little bit. So tighten your core, outside rein to slow down, shoulders back, good. And then open your knees a little bit and sit in again. Little trots, just think little, good. Deep breath, but slow down again. Good. So slowing down by gripping with your thighs a little bit, engaging your core, yeah, and then soft again. Good job. Soft through the knees. So the gripping is just momentarily, and a little half hold, little outside rein for the half hold. Good. And then posting again. Okay, so that's something for you to work on just a little bit. Do 5-6 strides, go back to it. Good job. Don't force it, but you'll get there if you practice it a little bit, yeah? And you're bouncing your hips like on a trampoline. Your hips are swinging. Yes, that's your trot. Sitting trot. Good. Careful with the hands, right off your seat. Good. Outside rein. Yes, good. Keep your shoulders back. Don't allow her to move you around in the saddle. You stay where you are. And now you're gonna go into a walk. So you're gonna tighten up your core, sit up, little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Yeah, very nice. That was a nice transition. She stayed round. She didn't come in front of you. She didn't kind of come up. Good job. Little walk. Huh?
I love this weather.
It's good, isn't it? It's muggy though.
Yeah, it is. My husband said he wanted to move to Tennessee
Uh-huh.
on Saturday. He's like, I think we should. And I'm like, do you know how humid it is? And then all of a sudden the humidity came and he's like, okay, I got this thing.
And where do you live? Where are you?
Escondido.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to like just get out of our house. It's a little expensive for.
Are you renting or you
own.
bought? Oh, okay.
But with the values going up and
It's a good time to sell. It's not a good time to buy.
yeah, it's not even the mortgage. It's like still paying on solar panels and on propane.
Yeah.
So that's super expensive.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Shorten your reins. Careful with the hands. Not too much left, right. Just your fingers. Ride forward from your hips. Don't freeze, okay? As you're going, as you kind of collecting her and picking her up, make sure you ride more from your leg and your seat, not less. And then the hands is just the last 20%. 80% comes from your seat and your leg. That's how you get the horse together. And then the last thing is to just collect that energy that you've created and keep the rounders and keep the bit just moving in her mouth. Okay, shorten your reins a little bit, but keep your legs on, push her into the reins. So you're not taking her towards you, you're pushing her into those reins. Then you bend your elbows, keep your elbows heavy, and then you just wiggle your fingers. Good. Yeah, no pulling back, just wiggle. And then you're still riding forward. So always the forward momentum is always more than what you're gonna take with your hands or do with your hands. You can never stop riding or pushing forward. Okay, good. And see if you can have that elastic contact so it doesn't drop completely and it doesn't get too tight. Good job. Nothing changes. Shorten your reins a little bit, push it forward. Everything's forward. Your hips to the hands, hands to the mouth. Good. Soft through the hands. Yeah, you can't force the horse's head down. You can momentarily, but that's never gonna stay there. You have to connect the horse. Yeah, exactly. By wiggling your fingers, by putting your inside leg into the outside rein. Quiet with the hands. You're gonna keep her a little bit of a flexion to the inside, just the inside wrist. Remember, you have to have more on the outside. Keep turning, and then you're gonna pick up the trot. all happens, okay? So your finger's still talking, your right elbow is bent, inside leg, outside rein. Take your time. Keep the bit moving in her mouth as you do it. Yeah, that's fine. She's questioning you. She's not 100% sure. She says, Mom, we never used to pick up the trot like that. You just drop the reins and I used to just go. And now this is yeah, good job. And then soft again. And use your hips. Super. That's beautiful. Yeah, keep moving with your hips. Keep riding. Outside rein. Outside rein. We don't ride off the inside rein. We ride off the outside rein. Doesn't mean you give the inside rein, okay? Sit tight through your core. Do that one again. Don't get angry on the horse. At the horse. Okay, go walk again. Outside rein, don't pull on the reins, use your seat. Yeah, don't drop the reins, get her round again. Quiet, take a deep breath. Slow down the walk, connect her, back to front. Quiet, yes. Outside rein, you're holding her round by the means of inside leg and outside rein. Keep the reins elastic, okay? Very elastic, yes. And then that's how you're gonna pick up your trot. Just a bit moving quiet, take your time. A little bit more flexion, have a little bit more horse on the outside rein. That's okay, move the bit in her mouth just gently through the fingers. Look, sit up tight in your core. Keep your chest up, keep your belly button up, and then trot on. Soft through the hands, little half holes on the outside. Quiet with the hand, quiet with the hand. She's just unsure, that's okay. Sit up tall, don't lean back. Quiet with the hand. Yeah, no, you lost her. Completely lost her. Slow down through your seat, grip with your thighs. Slow down the walk. This is too hectic. Quiet. Take a deep breath. Go back to quiet. No pulling on the reins. Take a deep breath. Inside leg, outside rein. Careful with that heel, okay? You just want to put the leg on so she can bend around it. If it's just a kicking, that's not quite it. Yes, better. There you go. Little half holds on the outside, and then look up and trot on. Deep breath, look up and trot on. Little half holds on the outside, little half holds on the outside. Quiet, take your time. Outside rain, outside rain. Yeah, sit up tall, sit up tall. Quiet with the hands, legs on, inside leg, outside rein. Outside rein. You need to have some more horse on the outside rein. At the moment you have nothing. It's a feather on your outside rein. Yeah, look up, chest up, turn her outside shoulder. Okay, do that one more time. You have to have 2 pounds on the outside. If you don't, you don't have the horse. On the right rein. Okay, look to her right ear. Push your right shoulder back. Yes, quiet. Little play with the fingers, but quiet. Deep breaths. Don't get mad. Don't get hectic. You have to be quiet. Outside rein, fingers half halting all the time, not the inside. Yeah, keep turning with your outside. Right rein, everything right shoulder back. The right side needs to go back. You need to look at her right ear. You twist it way too much to the inside. That's why she doesn't turn. Look at her right ear. Your right shoulder back. Yes. Little half halts. Better. There. Keep that. Keep that. Keep that. Keep that. Little half halts on the outside. You're dropping the rein a little bit too much. Keep your right shoulder back. Turn her with your right. Yes, with your right legs. Don't lean into the inside. Yeah. Okay, a little more flexion, and then you're going to pick up the canter. No, you don't need shorter reins. What was that all about? It's right off your seat. You have 80%. It's the seat. So right shoulder back. Sit up better. Connect her first. No, no, no. Where are you going? Come on, come back. Come back. Nothing changed. The 20-meter circle didn't change. Okay, just because I said the C word, you've lost it all. Right shoulder back. Sit up tall. Belly button up. Soft through the hands, don't grip. You have your seat. Keep turning the horse, nothing changed. Keep right shoulder back, right elbow back. Deep breath, little flexion. Keep turning every step with the outside reins. Come on, feel what's happening. Yeah, don't drop the reins. Slow, slow. Little wiggle, slow down. Yes, get control of your own body first. Right shoulder back, yes, good. Little flexion to the inside and pick up the canter from the seats. Yes, little half holds on the outside, legs on. Drive forward, soft with the hand, right shoulder back. You sit on your inside seat bone and your inside is leading, your outside is back. Look at her right ear. Yeah. Keep your right shoulder back, really soft through the hands. Remember, you have to be talking to her. Fingers talking, little half holds on the outside. Inside leg needs to be really on. My left leg hurts when I'm cantering. I have to put so much inside leg on, but now keep your right shoulder back. Soft through your hands, really wiggle the fingers. Right forward, no pulling back. Look at your her right ear. You're still sitting yeah, better. Sit really square in the saddle. Your inside is forward, your outside, right side is back. Good. Wiggle, wiggle, always soft, little half holds on the outside. Look at her right ear. Right shoulder back. Yes. Wiggle, wiggle, left leg on. Keep the leg on. You have to frame the horse. Yeah, soft with the hands. Ride her off your seat. Soft through the knees. Keep those hips moving. Good job. And then when you're ready, you're going to put inside leg, outside rein, and you're going to go into trot with legs on. Tighten your core. Outside rein. Shoulders back. Slow. Right away. Don't drop the reins. Slow. Take a deep breath. Don't drop the reins. Yeah, super. That's how you trot after canter. And then you get her round and nice. And again, little outside rein, little whoa. Shoulders back and soft. The legs need to stay on the horse. So yes, good job. Yes, little wiggle, wiggle, little half holds on the outside. quiet with the hands, just the fingers. Keep your right side back. Now we're gonna try and stretch her, okay? You're gonna keep her framed with your legs. Your shoulders gonna stay where they are. You're gonna stay tight through the core. The fingers still wiggling, the elbows still bend, and you slowly, as you're wiggling the fingers, gonna give the reins with the legs still on, with the shoulders back, really tight through your core. Open up your hands a little bit, stay really strong through the core. Look at her right ear, legs on. You're framing the horse. Give the reins, give the reins. Wiggle the fingers as you give the reins. You now relying on your seat, on your position, on your balance. Wiggle the fingers, keep it really soft. Legs on, you don't take your legs off. Yes, good job. Wiggle the fingers. Wiggle the fingers and go to the buckle, but you stay in a strong position where you are. You don't need the reins to keep, yes, good. That's how we stretch the horse. The inside leg needs to be on, the outside leg needs to be on to frame the horse, okay? Good job. See if you can go to the buckle. That's okay. Outside rein. Keep sitting strong through your core. Outside shoulder back. Look at her right ear. You don't need the reins. Just grip with your thighs. Deep breath. Good job. Wiggle the fingers. And now just like that, you're going to go into a walk. So slow down your posting first. Outside, little wiggle out on the outside rein. A little wiggle, sit tall, yes, super. Give her a pat, give yourself a pat. That was excellent, okay? You don't need the reins. Okay. It's harder because you have to really like, oh shit. I know. I need to support myself now. Fingers just wiggling. You have to have both legs because suddenly you're losing the reins. So you have to have the horse wrapped around your inside leg and turning with the outside, but you can do it very easily. Very easily. You'll see the video. That looked really good. I would like to finish on that because I thought that was excellent. Okay, there's a little bit for you to think about. Maybe write down a couple of bullet points. But I thought that was really good. You have to be very careful that you don't do this, because that's how you want to turn, and that's why she doesn't turn. Okay, both sides. So you really have to think, exaggerate, and I bet it feels like you're twisted to the outside and you're trying to turn, but you're not. Okay, you just try to turn with doing this, like a motorbike. That doesn't work because what happens is you try to do this, the horse just escapes. Yeah. You have to have the horse like framed, and as you turn like this. Yeah? Yeah. And it's very small movements. It's actually doing less than doing more to try and turn. You just sit here, you use your thigh, you use your knee, you use your outside leg, your elbow, your shoulders back, your elbow is there. And this is how you turn. Yeah? Doing less. Rather. Huh?
I'll have to practice doing that even.
Yeah, rather than doing this. Because then, look, what happens to your weight? I'm exaggerating, but your weight goes here. The horse tries to catch you. Yeah. And then it's empty space and she's like, bye-bye. I mean, she's not doing it to annoy you. Yeah. But
she's good at saying not doing what she needs.
Well, but it's so intuitive to them to do that because it's like having a backpack that it's stacked on one side. You're always gonna try and kind of catch it. Yeah. Horses try to put themselves underneath us all the time. So when it comes to lateral work, you always sit in the direction of travel. Like if I want a half pass from H to P, I would sit on my inside seat bone so then the horse can. Because if I sit here, the horse will try and catch me this way. Yeah? Does that make sense? And I know it's it's one to understand it and then like, oh, but I'm not doing it. I don't feel like doing it. But the minute you feel like you can't turn, it's like, wait a minute, shoulder back, sit, this, rather than even harder. Yeah. Okay?
because I end up then like pulling. And
Yeah, and then you feel like you have to use the, come on, why are you not turning? And she's like, but you telling me to go that way.
yeah.